On the Saturday we decided to give the boat a rest, and we spent the day exploring in and around Maesbury Marsh. The first place we went to was a place that is just here, and it's called Canal Central, and it's like a modern eco building, and inside there's a little tea room which I think is only open at weekends, but this was a Saturday so they were open. So we went in there and had a lovely drink and a piece of cake. And they also do caravan and camping, and I think they do self-catering accommodation as well. And there's also a miniature railway that goes round the grounds, but that wasn't running the day we went. And they've got various things for sale, like cards and gifts, and they've got like a bit of a library where you can just take a book and have a look at it while you're having your drink. So that's somewhere that we would recommend. And then when we'd finished there, we had to walk out to the village up towards this crossroads, and where that little cross is the most intriguing little church that we paid a visit to. So we'll have a look at that as well in the slideshow. Just up the road and out of the village of Maesbury Marsh is the Church of St John the Baptist. This remarkable little building, which resembles a tin tabernacle, was built in 1906, and the building was purchased from Harrods in London in flat pack form. It cost £120 and arrived on a lorry and was erected from a kit by 2 local men. The church is very much a community asset, and in 2015-16 successful local fundraising enabled improvements to be made. These included new timber double glazed windows and the addition of a toilet, and in 2017 the church was repainted. At the west end of the church is the village war memorial, commemorating 20 men from the village who fell in the Great War, and a further 5 from World War II. Beyond the church on the east side is the old school, now a private residence, and beyond that an old WI hut. It really is a time capsule along this road, the effect of which is only spoilt by occasional passing traffic, and thankfully that was light when we visited. We returned towards the village and enjoyed another pub lunch in the navigation. Again, we were the only lunchtime customers, although we were told that it was busier in the evening. Another useful facility at Maesbury Marsh was the CRT Boaters Facilities building. This had got a hot shower in, and we actually used that because if we don't use the boat we don't get hot water, because that's heated by the engine. So on the Saturday we hadn't got any water that was hot enough for a shower, so we had a walk across to the boating facilities and had a shower, and it was very pleasant. In the evening I had a walk along the towpath to pick up this footpath here, which it shows leading to St Winifred's well, and I was intrigued to find out what St Winifred's well looked like and what it was, and if I could find it. And so I'd seen this footpath on the map, so I thought I'm going to have a walk up there and see what it is. And what I actually found completely took me by surprise. It was not what I was expecting, and again we'll have a look at some photographs of that. Passing through a gate and into a wooded area and crossing a small brook on a wooden footbridge, I came across what I can only describe as a fairy tale cottage, apparently miles from anywhere. In the fading light of the evening I detected a light in one of the windows and approached the building, not knowing whether I should be there or not. Anyway, a young man came to the window and informed me that this was in fact St Winifred's well, and it was a holiday let and he was staying there the weekend. The actual well was situated underneath the room that he was in, so I asked him if it was okay to take photographs, and he said I could. So before the light went altogether I went round to get as many angles of this magical place that I could. The water from the well rose below the building in the sort of undercroft of the room he was in, and then it ran into the pond in front of the cottage, and from there it ran into the stream that I'd crossed on the footbridge. The separate brick building at the side I think was a kitchen shower area, as this guy walked across with a towel under his arm as I was carrying on taking photographs of the site. With the light fading, I made my way back across the fields to pick up the canal towpath again, which would lead me back to the boat. Before that though, I just managed to capture a shot of the full moon which had risen while I was at the well, and I got a picture of it reflected in the water of the canal. We had quite an interesting day, even though we didn't use the boat, and it was full of surprises. It's quite nice not to use the boat that much and to have a break. So tomorrow we're going to be back on the water, heading towards Frankton Junction and the Llangollen Canal. On the Sunday we had to make our way back towards Frankton Junction because we'd booked to go through the locks on the Monday morning, so we had a leisurely cruise back through Queen's Head under the A5, under the railway there, and found ourselves moored up just here, which is like an arm of an old canal. It's truncated, it stops just there, but it acts as like mooring for boats, particularly those that are waiting to go through the locks the following day. And there was just one boat space left, which I managed to get in, which set us up to go through the locks first thing on Monday morning. So that's where we ended up on the Sunday evening. The limit of the Montgomery. We just turned it and we're going back now. That's as far as we can go with the boat. There's a small wharf there, and it doubles as a winding point at the moment. So we're just going back now to the lift bridge, and then we've got to stop and do the servicing before we set off proper back towards Frankton Locks. say goodbye to Maesbury finally on a nice sunny Sunday morning. It rained overnight. It is cleared away now, and it's goodbye for now anyway, hopefully, to the navigation and to Maesbury Marsh. There's the Shropshire Union building, and it's with a heavy heart we leave, really, because it's been absolutely delightful here. That's the navigation that used to be a canal side warehouse, now the pub. Looks like the ground floor's a bit of a cellar. I don't think that's a public area. A nice little seating area outside when the weather suits. And that was a bone mill where the chimney is. Somewhat spoilt with the new houses, but that's progress. These are our two neighbours for the last 2 days. This is Astor lock number 1, which is the top lock of 3, a flight of 3. We've passed boats in the last 2 locks, but we're on our own here. There we go.
There's a lot of ramble behind it, isn't there? Shall I get the rake? Just hold the gate there and I'll get the rake. Because that's just going to jam it up, isn't it?
Okay?
Yeah, some more gate bridges. That's gone in.
Are you waiting at the end?
I'll wait here. Yeah, I'll wait
Yeah.
here.